episode of What It's Like to Go to War. And on this one, I want to talk about the haunting cries of the wounded. You see, for those of you who have watched a lot of war movies, or maybe you played the video games, when somebody gets shot, when somebody is wounded, the video games and the movies can never describe for you what it actually sounds like to hear somebody that you know or somebody that you love who is in deep pain or close to death. There's a incredible scene in the movie Saving Private Ryan when one of those guys that's on this mission gets shot in the city streets, and he's quietly, played by Vin Diesel, bleeding out, and everybody is watching this happen. But the truth is, it rarely happens so quietly. Truth is, it's rarely so clean. It's always heart-wrenching. So let me dig in a little bit deeper to this topic with you for just a second, because there are some moments that are etched in my memory for the rest of my life. One of those moments is listening to the cries on the radio as there was repeated requests for medevacs sent into the city streets of Somalia because Jamie Joyce is bleeding out, and although we've already pushed out more fluids, although we've already sent all of the medical supplies we can into the area by dropping them out of a fast-moving helicopter, the truth is we can't land a helicopter where Jamie Smith is. And even if we could, we knew that that helicopter would get shot down, and then we would have a half a dozen more casualties on our hands. So this was one of the repeated requests by Jamie's platoon leader, a leader that I have absolute mad respect for, a guy by the name of Larry Perino. I listened over the radio as Larry repeatedly asked to send in a medevac helicopter to bring Jamie Smith out, because everyone knew if we don't get Jamie Smith immediate, serious medical attention, he's going to die. He's going to bleed out. And unfortunately, that request was denied because the only way to, or by sending another helicopter in there, it would have cost a lot of more people their lives. So I had to listen over the radio as Jamie Smith finally died. I had to listen as Larry Perino called in that there's no need to honor the medevac request, that Smith is already dead. And the haunting cries of the wounded that I know I'm seriously injured, I know that I'm going to die if I don't get medical attention, those cries from any human being will stick with you for the rest of your life. But when those cries come from somebody that you know, somebody that you've trained with, somebody that you have spent so much time with that you've learned to love, those kind of desperate cries will haunt you for the rest of your life. And it's not the tone of voice that's going to haunt you. It's not even the pain that you know somebody that you love is going through that will haunt you. What will haunt me for the rest of my life, what will haunt most warriors, is the total sense of helplessness. There is nothing I can do to help this guy that I love who is slipping out of this life and slipping into eternity. And that cry, those haunting cries of the battlefield from the wounded, man, those cries are something that you cannot wash away with enough soap and water. You can't drink them away with enough alcohol. You can't take enough pills to make those cries go away. Those are just some of the things that are going to stick with a warrior until your dying day. And I wish I could make those memories go away, but I can't. And the fact that you love them is the reason why those memories stick with you. It's not the sound of the cries. It's not how helpless those cries are. It's not even the pain that they're going through. It's how helpless you are to make a difference. And I'm recording this video for you because I want you to know that when you watch the movies, there's no director that can ever get close to what happens to your heart when you hear your buddies crying out for help or crying out as they're slipping away on the battlefield. There's no video game. There's no YouTube series that can put this into reality for you. In fact, this video alone can't do for you what will happen if you ever, God forbid, have to hear those cries. And I'm recording this video just to get you prepared emotionally and psychologically prepared. If you end up on a battlefield while your buddy is slipping away right in front of your eyes, I want to prepare you emotionally, psychologically, even spiritually for the haunting cry of the wounded on the battlefield. This is something that you need to be aware of if you're going to know what it's like to go to war. So thanks for joining me for this episode. I'll see you back here next time.